is an updated version of the healthy cookie dough that I eat literally every single day. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your oats and add them to your blender, and you're gonna blend these up into oat flour. And to your oat flour, you're going to add 1 serving of vanilla protein powder, a little bit of salt, and then this is the new ingredient that I'm adding. It's baking powder. Normal cookie dough has baking powder in it, so I found that adding a little bit gives it that really true cookie dough flavor. And that's all of our dry ingredients, so you're gonna give it a really good mix. And now you're gonna add a little splash of vanilla, and then some maple syrup, and you can choose to do sugar-free or regular or whatever you guys like. And then you're going to add a little splash of almond milk at a time and stir it together until you get a cookie dough consistency. Add some chocolate chips. And then I like to pop mine in the freezer for a few minutes so it gets nice and cold and it makes it the perfect texture. And that's it. This is my absolute go-to snack right now.
You guys believe me when I say this no-bake dessert is literally going to change your life. I make a lot of no-bake desserts, and these cookie dough caramel bars are by far my favorite. You start with a cookie dough base, a caramel, and then melted chocolate. Put that in the fridge, and there you have it. They're vegan, gluten-free, no-bake. You're going to love. Enjoy!
This is edible protein cookie dough. Look at that consistency. Bon appetit.
Start out with 1 cup of almond flour, then add in a 1/4 cup of coconut flour, 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 3 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, some sea salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then go ahead and mix that all together. Add in your scoop of protein, mix that together one more time, and then go ahead and add in your toppings of choice. I'm using chocolate chips. Mix that together again, and you're done. Either roll into little balls for cookie dough ball bites, or go ahead and just store in a mason jar in the fridge and spoon out whenever you're craving something sweet.
If you're craving something sweet, make these healthy cinnamon sugar munchkins. Add 1 cup of oats to a blender and blend it into oat flour. Add that to a bowl. Then add 1 serving of protein powder, a little vanilla, cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and a little sweetener. I'm using monk fruit. Mix that together. Add a tiny splash of almond milk at a time and stir it together until you get a very thick dough. Then roll them up into balls. These are the perfect healthy snack or dessert because they have fiber from the oats and protein from the protein powder, so they're gonna keep you full and satisfy your sweet tooth. Then in a bowl, you're gonna mix a little sweetener and cinnamon, and then coat each ball in it. Line your air fryer basket with foil, give it a spray, and then preheat it to 350. Air fry them for about 3 minutes until they're golden brown, and then toss again in the cinnamon sugar. And that's it, guys. These are so good. You need to go try them out.
If you're trying to lose weight and have a sweet tooth, here are 3 super easy low-calorie dessert options. First up, chocolate pudding. Add sugar-free pudding to a bowl, top with fresh fruit and sugar-free whipped cream. Only 95 calories and so delicious. A personal favorite of mine is to warm up a Fiber One brownie and top with a scoop of vanilla bean halo top, only 105 calories. Another option is to take a chocolate rice cake, top with 1 tablespoon powdered peanut butter and sugar-free white chocolate chips. It comes in at only 125 calories.
Hey, what's up? Okay, so if you struggle with a sweet tooth while you're trying to stay in a calorie deficit, look no further, I got you. Let me show you my favorite recipe that helps me curb my sweet tooth and satiates me. So let's just make it. Actually, I already have it made, but just let me show you how to make it. Okay, 3 ingredients, that's all it takes. You need this Greek yogurt. It's the Light and Fit Dannon Vanilla Greek yogurt. 90 calories per 170 grams, so I did 1 serving of that. And then I did 1 serving of these mango chunks. I think I got these from Costco, maybe? 90 calories for a serving, and then you use Lily's chocolate chips, 55 calories for 1 serving. Mix that shit all together, you guys. This is so good. If you really want to get fancy, maybe add some granola and honey onto it. 235 calories. This tastes like ice cream to me, and it curbs my sweet tooth. So, you're welcome.
Hi guys. Okay, I am going to I've given you guys a couple of my favorite healthy desserts to like save me from the cookie jar. This is literally the one that I've like gotten famous for in all my circles. So coconut oil, maybe like a heaping teaspoon, maybe a tablespoon. And all I'm gonna do is first melt this in the microwave for 30 seconds. You're gonna stir in your favorite protein powder. People always ask me, and I personally use Shakeology. I love it. But you can probably use anything. I sometimes even use like a muscle recovery. So you want to use enough coconut oil that it becomes like soup. So here's the consistency. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? You're gonna die. So this Cocoa Whip, put it in the freezer. It becomes like ice cream. So you're gonna scoop it out. Okay. It's really hard to not eat the whole container, but watch this. Drizzle this on top. And because the Cocoa Whip is frozen, it literally becomes like Hershey's candy shell. Look. It's the most insanely delicious dessert you've ever had. Every retreat, every gathering, I share this and people go crazy. Tell me your thoughts, go make it.
I'm gonna eat this whole plate.
I feel like we've been on a little bit of a sweet kick lately, and I gotta be honest, I'm not mad about it, so we're gonna keep it going and make my dairy-free banana blizzard. We're gonna start with 2 frozen bananas, a tablespoon of peanut butter powder or peanut butter. I'm kind of eyeballing this, but I would say it's about a 1/3 cup of Cocoa Whip, a few dairy-free chocolate chips, a little bit of vanilla extract, a 1/2 cup of coconut milk or milk of your choice, and a dash of cinnamon. And now it's time to blend. Let's just take a moment to admire the consistency of this. I mean, she's thick. This recipe makes 2 servings, so I just put 1 serving into this cup, and now we need to try it together. Oh my god. You know when you take a bite of something that is so good, it almost hits you in the soul? That is what this blizzard does to me. I wish I could give you a big ol' bite through the screen because I'm telling you, it's so good. I'm in the mood for something cold and refreshing, so we're gonna make some homemade mango sorbet. This is a new recipe, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but there's a first time for everything, so let's get into it. Just starting by adding my mango to the blender. I'm gonna add quite a bit because I want this to be 2 servings. 1 frozen banana, 1 spoonful of coconut cream, and I measure honey from the heart, so I'm just gonna give it a good drizzle. We're gonna add a dash of vanilla. I really want this to be thick, so I don't want to add too much coconut milk, so I'm just gonna do a 1/3 cup. Let's go ahead and blend. It just finished blending. Can we take a second to admire, I feel like a beauty guru, this consistency? Okay, I'm so excited to try this. We need to put the finishing touches on our mango sorbet, so I'm just gonna start by putting some pomegranate and some coconut shavings in the bottom of my cup. I topped it with some more pomegranates and coconut shavings, and now it's time for the taste test. So good. Like, I literally do not have the words to describe how good this is.
You know when you hit your last rice cake and it's basically crumbs? Do this with it. Dump it all in there. If there's any bigger pieces, you can just kind of break them up. Tablespoon of nut butter. Stop being weird about it. About 2 tablespoons of maple syrup or raw honey. You may have more or less rice cake, so adjust. I need like a 1/2 tablespoon more. Just spray a plate, plop it on there, and flatten it out. I'm gonna add some melted chocolate just because. Freeze if you want to eat fast or refrigerate. I'm so impatient that I just froze them for like 8 minutes. Cut into bite-sized pieces, and now you have thin little Rice Krispie treats. So good.
You're like, okay, how did you lose 25 pounds eating brownies? These are the ones that I make. No gluten, dairy, or refined sugar. They're lighter than a traditional brownie, but delicious. Blend 1 avocado, a 1/4 cup brewed coffee, 1/2 cup cocoa powder, 2/3 cup coconut sugar, and 2 eggs. Mix in a 1/2 cup oat flour, teaspoon baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt. Add a 1/2 cup of dark chocolate chips. Transfer to your baking pan. I'm using an 8x8. Smooth out batter and cover with 1/3 cup chocolate chips. Bake at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, who's making them?
If you put your banana in the air fryer, it caramelizes just like candy. Simply grab a banana, slice it open, add a little cinnamon, sugar, I didn't measure, and pop it in your air fryer. Air fry for about 8 minutes at 400 degrees. This is like a banana Foster pie situation. Pop it with hemp seeds or nuts, add some ice cream or yogurt, perfect for breakfast or dessert.